Hi friends, this is Sarvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about QoS Trust Boundary. What is a trust boundary? The point on the network where the traffic is classified and marked. So assume that to the switch I connected PC2 and to this switch I connected the IP phone and to this IP phone we have connected another PC. So if I want to only trust this phone and this PC, I can extend the boundary here. So this boundary, within this boundary the traffic will be trusted. So that is the purpose of trust boundary. And outside these boundaries, so this is outside the boundary, say, so this will not be trusted. So that is the purpose of trust boundary. And there are two types of marking I can perform. One is a layer 2 marking and a layer 3 marking. So layer 2 marking done at the frame level, so that we can do it using class of service. So what is class of service? Class of service is a 3-bit field present in an Ethernet frame. So I already told the layer 2 marking will always perform at the Ethernet level, that is at the frame level, when we are enabling the 802.1q trunk. So that is the purpose of layer 2 marking, and this cause as values from 0 to 7. So 0 is designated for best effort forwarding, and based on the application priority I can assign the values, marking values. So if I want to assign for VoIP, I can assign VoIP forwarding, right? This is a layer 2 marking, and layer 3 marking done at the packet level, right? That I already told. There are two types of layer 3 marking. One is precedence. So the precedence, the first 3 bits identify the precedence marking. So each and every marking, there are several applications we can designate. And similarly, another marking is the DSCP marking. So the DC marking is the totally, it will be first 6-bit values. So there is a first 3-bit value designate for class, and the last 3 values will designate for the drop probability, right? That is for drop probability. So that is a DSCP marking. So the DSCP marking and the precedence marking will done at the layer 3, that is at the packet level, and class of service will done at the layer 2 marking, that is at the frame level. So this last 3 bits I have told us drop precedence, right? So in this layer 3 marking of DSCP, so the default one is class 0, that is used for best effort forwarding, and class 1 to class 4 is assured forwarding, that is assured forwarding AF11, 12, 13, and each and everything will be having a different class, right? AF11, 12, and 13. So this is class 1, and these last 3 values we call it as a drop precedence. So this will be more likely less drop, and this will be more drop. Similarly, AF assured forwarding, it is second class, this third and fourth. So always the class 4 is always better compared to class 1. And compared to the drop precedence, this is always good because AF13 will have a high drop precedence value. So always AF11 is better. So coming to the class, always highest one is preferred. So AF43 is good compared, AF41 is good compared to AF11. So the class 5 is EF is a expedited forwarding where they don't have any drop precedence. So these are the key points you have to understand. And precedence, I already told the first 3 bits we call it as a precedence, right? So this precedence and DCP done at the layer 3 and layer 2 done at the class of service. That's a class of service marking. So by default, all these ports will be untrusted. Still, I have not enabled that. So how to enable globally? So there is a command what we call MLS QoS. So let us go to the configuration. So default thing, it will be untrusted, all the ports. So let us enable it. Go to the configuration mode, MLS QoS. So that will enable it. So now let us see the configuration. Show MLS QoS interface. So I have to check the corresponding trust parameters of this port. For this phone, I'm going to trust. So what is port is fast Ethernet 2, right? So fast Ethernet 0 by 2. So this will be not trusted. Why? Because still I have not enabled the trust. Only I enable the MLS QoS parameter globally. So now let us enable the trust. So go to the configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2, MLS QoS trust. Let us see the cause. So I have to try enable that cause. Cause is nothing but the class of service we have done at the frame level. So now let us see. So now you can see this trusted values cause class of service, that's 3-bit value. When we are 3-bit field in an Ethernet frame, when we are enabling the 802.1q encapsulation. So you can see the trust enable flag is enabled, and the default cause will be always 0. And always another thing I want to tell you. So by default, the PC connected to the phone is not trusted. Why? Because the phone is having the better level of service. Assume this we have given a better level of service for phone. So the PC can spoof the information from the phone. So that is the purpose. By default, the PC connected to the phone will not be trusted. So phone, what it will do, it will override this PC value to 0. So that means PC will have a default parameter. So phone will having the better level of service. But still assume in case the PEC is running some very important or a major voice priority application. So still if I want to extend the trust, I can extend the trust from phone to PC. So what are the values I have set it over here in phone, cost value. It will be again set to this PC unmodified. So it will go unmodified and the same parameter we can set it over here. So that is the purpose of extending trust from phone to the PC. So by default, the PC connected to the phone is left untrusted, right? So now let us go to the corresponding. So one more thing is pending. After configuring the trust cost value, I have to trust the specific device. Go to configuration mode. Interface faster than at 0/2. MLS QoS trust we have already done. So we have to trust at the device level. What is the device is Cisco phone, right? So after that, now let us see that. So now you can see that the trust is extended to the phone. So phone is trusted cost parameter. So phone is having the control for cost information, and also we are trusted at the device level. So we are trusted the Cisco IP phone. So that's the thing you are seeing here. So the trust is enabled cost class of service, and it is trusted at the device level. So the trust device is Cisco phone, and the default value is cost 0. So if I want to enable the cost parameter, I want to change the parameter to some other value. Say VoIP forwarding you are using 5. I can also enable that. How to do that? So go to the configuration mode, MLS QoS cost, or I can do something. Go to the configuration mode interface, faster than at 0/2, MLS QoS cost. So I can define the parameters here. You are able to see, right? So let us go here. MLS QoS cost. So you're able to see the cost value ranges from 0 to 7. So default thing you have already seen, it is showing us class 0. That is a default forwarding. So it will be for used for best for forwarding. So if I want to enable for VoIP, okay, so I'm going to enable this 5. So let us go here because there's a critical application. So I'm going to enable 5. So now you can see the parameter value change. So now you are calling see is the default cost is 5 and the trust is cost parameter it is enabled and the phone is also trusted. So what if the PC is also I want to trust extend the trust from phone to the PC. So how we can do that? Same way I can do. Go to the configuration mode. So interface faster than at 0/2, switch port, extend, switch port priority, extend the trust. So extend cost. So I can give the priority to the extending devices. So if I want to say in the same priority I want to give, so I can give. So in that way, I can extend the trust also to the phone. So extend trust is another parameter. So I can also use this command to extend the trust from phone to the PC. So the same parameter we can, it will be go unmodified and we can set the same trust value. So that means the PC is running some major voice-based application, then I can extend. Otherwise, if we not to want to extend, automatically the phone will override this value to 0. That means this will be having the default value. So that any cost, this will not get the information. It will not gain the premium service information from the phone. That is a class of service because this will be having some high priority service. So this will not spoof the information. So only thing, if I'm extending the trust, if I can trust the cost information to PC. So these are the things you have to key points you have to understand about class of service. So the class of service is a 3-bit field present in the Ethernet frame when we are enabling the 802.1q trunking. So trust boundary already told the point on that network where the traffic is marked we call it as a trust boundary. So if this boundary within this boundary we want to trust only this boundary will be trusted and outside this boundary will not be get trusted. So that is the purpose of trust boundary. So there are two types of marking, layer 2 marking and the layer 3 marking. Layer 2 marking done at the frame level and layer 3 marking done at the IP level. So type of layer 3 marking is precedence and DSCP. So the precedence, the first 3 bits identify the precedence and DSCP, the first 6 bits identify the DSCP marking. So in the DSCP marking, there are several classes. So the class 0 is for default forwarding. Class 5 is always highest. That we call it as an expedited forwarding where there is no packet drops. There is no drop precedence. So always the class 5 is preferred and class 1 to 4 is assured forwarding. That's the thing I already told. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.